Well, everyone, it's time for us to go and take a look at iOS 18.1 and see how it's been holding up inside of the iPhone 13. Now, the number one thing to keep in mind here is that within this particular update, this was a really big size update coming from your previous generation of software, to be honest. So what you're going to have to do here is if you're, I did install the RC version, but if you're coming to the official version, that's not nearly going to be as big. But there's a lot of big stuff that was added within this update. But I think a big thing to keep in mind is that the biggest thing here was probably Apple Intelligence. Unfortunately, with our iPhone 13, we are not getting that feature. But there are still a lot of cool improvements within this update regardless. So number one, our control center got a couple of more toggles that we can add. So we go into our control center, we click on add a control. We now have a few more toggles. We have like the airdrop toggle and some other connectivity toggles that are added. So that is something that's actually really cool, and we now have that type of capability, which is genuinely very awesome. On top of that, if we go ahead and make our way over to our control center settings portion, if we go and click on control center, we now have this reset control center option, which now lets us reset our control center back to factory default. So that's another really cool thing. We also have the ability of recording our phone calls. So now if you're going through and making a call to somebody, well, what's going to happen is if you make that call, you now have a little pop-up that will allow you to record that phone call. Now, it is going to be recorded on both sides. There's going to be a statement that's stated that's like recording is now in progress, things like that. But that is basically an option that you have, and I have a video on my second channel on how to do that. And we now have the capability of using our AirPods Pro's second generation to go ahead and use them as hearing aids. So now if you have those AirPods Pro second gen, you now have the capability of using them as dedicated hearing aids. I'll make a video on my second channel on exactly how to do that, but that's another very cool thing that you have here inside of this device. On top of that, if you have an Apple Watch Series 9 or above or an Apple Watch Ultra 2, you can now use those Apple Watches to basically enable sleep apnea detection. So if you update to iOS 18.1 and watchOS, the latest version, you should then be able to go through and basically, have that sleep apnea detection option enabled. And that's another very cool thing that we have the option, of having. So if you're on iOS 18, I would recommend probably updating to iOS 18.1. I think it genuinely makes a lot of sense. It's a very, very good update. There's going to be lots of cool improvements here, and I'd highly recommend installing this update for sure. So in terms of that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.